What's going on, everyone? Dan the Glass Man here. Good morning. It is early. So it's about 5 a.m. I'm going to get started. I was actually hoping to get up a little earlier at 4 to really get things going. I've got some other work this morning. Got to go and do some yard work, so I don't have as much time as I was hoping for today on the torch. So get a couple things prepared here. And also, let's go ahead and do a quick dab here. So I hope you all been doing well. It's been a while since I've gone live to just blow some glass. So that's cool. So hopefully some people will come in right now and be able to watch. Hopefully it's not too early for anyone. I'm going with a really, really soft flame here. So this here is a glass nectar collector. It's a design, it's a gardenia glass design. It's got the 2 constrictions and then the 3 bubbles. So it actually does collect the nectar. It's really, really cool. So there you can see how it's got the 2 constrictions, the 3 bubbles. And then quick dabs just coming off the top there. So nectar collectors, they're really awesome. Because you can take the really nice mellow hit without having to blow your lungs out and get all crazy. Right. I'm gonna roll one up real quick. We're gonna get the kiln on. Got new batteries for my pyrometer. The pyrometer is basically a really high temp thermometer. So we got the pyrometer going. And I'm going to roll one up real quick before we truly get started today. So I hope you're doing well, those of you who are watching. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's early. So I know a lot of people probably are going to tune in for a minute. Also, I know that my live feeds, my live algorithm, it's not the greatest, so I may get like 1 or 2 individuals to come in, which is pretty cool. But it is early, and some of my followers are locals and they're not up right now. So if you do come in and join, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We're going to smoke a little Skywalker OG this morning. We're just putting it in the grinder here. So then we can roll one up real quick, add a little dabs to it. The grinders are so helpful. Got the Stoic Frame shirt on today. Yeah, I'm representing Zia, New Mexico, 505. Well, I guess I got 575 now too, but the original 505. Alright, and today we're going to be using a glass crutch. Let me see if I have. Yeah, there it is. Man, so there's a glass crutch right there. It basically is a small tube with a little hole on the top, and then opened up bigger on the bottom, so that's the mouthpiece. And then it's just got a little bit of a hole, small hole, that's on the top. Real simple to make. These are really awesome, and they work really well. They're a little hard to roll with, so you have to learn how to roll with them. So the trick is keeping space for where that's going to be. You're going to set that right on the end of it here, so you want to have some space. So what I do is I put my finger basically right there to create that space, and we'll get our grinder here. I'll pour it right into the paper. I'll pour it on top of the other portion of the grinder, so that way if I spill anything, it just all falls right back in. And hopefully you can hear me okay. I know that the drone of the fan isn't so great, but I need the exhaust fan on or I can kill myself. So today we're going to be working on glass balloons, guys. Glass hot air balloons. We're not going to be making an actual hot air balloon that's going to fly or anything like that. That would be ridiculous. But we're going to be making glass hot air balloons and probably be making the drop of water, so we'll be making some water drops as well. Alright, so now what we do is we take this, we get it a little bit wet, so that way when you roll it, it sticks to the paper. I'm going to push it right onto that edge there where my finger was. Just going to try to make sure it's all nice. Just like that. Get your fingers a little bit damp. Just usually get my thumb and my index on both sides. We're done, we roll it. Get that glass rolled in and get the top of it rolled up. And then you lick it and stick it. Lick it and stick it all in. Alright. So this is some Skywalker OG. We're going to add some of this dabs here, which I don't even know what the dabs are. Just make sure that's all packed down nicely. We're going to get ourselves a little bit of this dab here. We're going to get it warm. Bam. There we go. So now that I've lit up, this is probably going to become an 18 and over video. So probably only members, users of YouTube can now watch after it's been uploaded. It's still early, we don't have any viewers. Also, my live algorithm isn't as huge as all the others that are out there. But if you want to help me out and make my algorithms even better, you can always like and subscribe. You can always comment below. Alright, we're about to get started, guys. I don't really have anything in mind. I have a couple colors pulled here. So let's just go on in and start playing. let's make sure that I can read all the comments. All messages visible. Alright, so glass hot air balloons. Guys, how did I get started in making glass hot air balloons? Well, here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, we're known for the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, International Balloon Fiesta. This is a global event, worldwide event that happens every year in October, which is coming up here. It'll be starting up very soon, the first week of October. So we only got 30 days left, guys. So I have 1 month to get these out, made, and pushed out to you guys. Alright, I'm going to put this down. We're going to really get going now. Yeah, that's one of those hand pulls. That's always cool. So I actually hand pull some of my rods sometimes. So this one's actually hand pulled right here. Alright, we're going to use this. Clean up the end here. I can tell it's a little bit dirty. We've got some colors, so we don't want to have any of that on the end of it. Clean up the end. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these lines going vertical on here. Starting from the top. Keeping them thick, we don't want to lay them flat, so we want to actually add that glass onto that. Nice and thick. Something like that. Go opposite side. Something like that. So what I'm doing is I'm creating the ribs, or like the panels. I think it's called the ribbing to the balloon. And so it's all the panels sewn together in a strip, and then those are then sewn together to then create the envelope, or the actual the part that inflates on the hot air balloon, the actual balloon part. So right now, making the ribbing, what I'm doing is just adding these thick pieces of clear glass on top of the clear glass, so that way it creates that like kind of bubbly effect like that. See, it's got those ripples, but then we need to also have it all shaped in the balloon shape. So we're going to melt these down a little bit and round it out, kind of push them into themselves. So that way we can round it out. And what I do is I go in the center of it here, majority of it on the top, but mostly center. We don't want to melt in all those lines. We want to actually try to keep those lines there. So now what I do is I've got it heated up in the center, and then I can use that tool so I can then compress it down without melting it down, because if I melt it down, I'm going to lose those ribs. So now we got those ribs in there, and you can't really tell. I guess if you look from the top, you can see how it's all ribbed. So that'll give it that balloon looking effect, right? And then we'll add a loop on top. Alright, so what I do is I just add a little bit of color, some clear glass right there on the top. I'm going to turn that part into the loop. I'm just going to attach that all on both sides. I just need to use my reamer here to make sure that the hole does not close up on me. There we go. So then there's the loop on top. When you wear it, it'll be like that, but on the side you can see how it looks. So then I'll attach my punchy to the top of that loop. So that way, that it's attached to the top, I can pull this portion of it nice and straight. I'm going to grab it good, but I don't want to grab it too good because I don't want to snap any of that. I don't want to snap the loop. I'm trying to grab it gently. And then we go to the bottom where all those ribs were laid. And where the rod is, I'm going to heat it up right there in the center and then pull. So these the glass hot air balloons, I was about to start telling you how I got started in it. So back in '99, I believe, maybe it was around 2000. We were living in North Valley of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and during the balloon fiesta, which is around October, so So like I said, we got about a month until the Balloon Fiesta hits again this year, which it's the 50-year anniversary this year. It's going to be huge. And so these are going to be extremely popular. And right now I'm making the spirit balloon, which those of you who know, was created after the tragic accident that occurred with the Isaiah balloon with Nick Molesky and his 4 passengers when they went down a few years ago. I created the spirit balloon, so that's almost done there. We got to shape it up a little bit better still. My arm's giving me issues. I already feel it going numb on me. That's not good. I slept on it weird yesterday, and I noticed that it was having some issues with it. Some kind of pinching or something, which is causing some numbness. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and really get this fine detail on the bottom of the envelope and where the like the skirting is and the gondola or the basket. So back in '99 or 2000, somewhere around there, during the Balloon Fiesta, at the time I was renting a place that had a garage, and I would blow glasses straight out of the garage. I'd have the door open or halfway up, and my neighbors, and friends with the neighbors and stuff, and they would come by, so that would give them the opportunity to kind of peek into the door and see what was going on over at Gardino's Lab. Alright, so the spirit balloons, the gondolas are made with the cobalt blue. Most of my gondolas are made with the either butterscotch or caramel. But the spirit balloons, these ones are made with blue. So as I was saying, I had my garage door open back in the day, and it would allow my neighbors to be able to see me blow glass and work. And whenever I had friends come by, they would, if I wasn't in the house, they'd be able to see if I was just outside working. So they wouldn't go up to the door; they would just come right out to the garage. So one day, I had a neighbor come by, and this was someone who I hadn't met before. She actually lived down the street, but she had seen me working and stuff, and she came by one day to watch. And as I was working on some glass, it dawned on her, like, oh wow, I wonder if you could make a hot air balloon. And not only just any hot air balloon, but it was a special shaped balloon. It was called Cutie Dink. I don't know if I have a card of it. They do make balloon cards. I could probably find it in the magazine here. Which actually I'll do. I'm going to stretch my arm out a little bit. It's getting that numbness. My fingers are tingling. Let me see if I can find Cutie Dink for you. So this was the first balloon that I ever made. Every year they have a program guide. Oh, sorry about that. I might have just messed up your angle you have. But every year they have a, let's say, official guide, official program to the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, and in here, there's just images and images and images of balloons. And then they have the balloon registry. So it's like all the different balloons that fly during the year. And so in there, it's probably, you'll probably find cutie beans. Well, how can you find it real quick? It is one that stands out, but it might take a moment after you find it. But even, oh, they're alphabetized by the pilot's name. That's too bad. So Cutie Deep was like this cat image. It's a red cat, winky eye, got little ears on top. So it's almost a special shape balloon, except they don't have to have these extra special panels and things in there. So it's not considered officially a special shape, even though it does have a special shape to it. I don't think it would be in the special shape, because it's not an official special shape. Yeah, it would take a minute for me to find her. So she asked me to make a balloon and replicate it off of the trading card that she had, which is usually every year the pilots, the crews, they'll have a bunch of balloons, balloon cards that they'll give out to the spectators and, give a little promotion of their balloon and be able to give a little free souvenir, a little token of appreciation to those who come out and check out the balloons, you know. There's so many balloons in here that I've replicated that I'm really trying to find the very first one, Cutie Bee. Which, like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to find it. If they were alphabetized by the balloons and not by the pilot's name, it might be easier. Because a lot of people don't know the pilot's name. They learn about the balloons and which balloons they are. Maybe they did this on purpose, so then you have to actually thumb through and look at every single one in order to find them. Flying this year that I'm looking. You're live. Okay, I'm live once again. After 28 minutes, I'm live again. I don't know what happened. We lost connection though for some reason. Alright, well, if we're just beginning again, I don't know how this video is going to work. We're working on glass balloons today. I'm stretching on my arm. It's starting to get a little weird on me. Ah, I can feel it really tight. Gonna have to have my friend come and work on me again sometime soon. That really, really helped last time. Alright. Let's get another one prepared. Alright, so this time, uh, what would make it pop? Red would be cool, but I don't know if that red's gonna come back. Would it be too light? So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make a brand new balloon here. Or try to. I'm trying to think what do I really want to do with that. I'm thinking red for some reason. Red just seems like it would stand out to me. Alright, this is the dark garnet. We could try it. I don't know if that'll actually come back. I wish I had some ruby red. Let's see, what's this one here? Oh, that's chocolate. That's not even red. I do have the crayon red, but I don't know if I'm going to use that. Because it tends to get a little bubbly. So what's going on? I see there's someone watching. So good morning. I know it's early. Just getting started for the day. Working on some glass balloons, and right now we're about to work on a brand new balloon. So this year's Balloon Fiesta is the 50-year anniversary. So for 50 years, the hot air balloons have been flying around in and out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. They started just up the street right here at the Coronado Mall, so right off of Louisiana Boulevard here in Albuquerque. They started out flying, I believe, 13 balloons that first year. Just gonna stretch out some color real quick. So this is called pulling a stringer. I'm just pulling a stringer real quick, just like that. I'm gonna take off this little end here, so then that way it's got a nice sharp point to start with. Alright, I'm going to move all these other colors over so I don't get myself confused on which red. So this is going to be a first attempt. I have not done this before. I don't really know if this is the proper way. It might be better to just make a cane, a 50 cane, and then just be able to snap them on. So getting back to the story, so back in like around 99 or 2000, this neighbor came over and asked me to make Cutie Dink. And Cutie Dink's this red balloon that's got a winking cat eye with 2 ears on the top. So it's basically a balloon shape, but has the 2 extra ears on top. So it's not a special shape. So this balloon was the very first balloon that I ever tried to make. And I was really impressed. And I was actually able to get a lot of detail into the balloon. You know, getting the eyes, I believe the eyes had a little bit of yellow with the black and white in it. And then getting like the whiskers and the little smile, you know, like the little cat mouth. It took a lot of intricate work and detail. And somehow I pulled it off. I can see there's a little bit of some schmeckle on here for some reason. I'm just going to wipe it off like this. This looks like there's some kind of dust or something on there. Being that this is the first one, the 50-year anniversary, I want to make sure it's nice and clean. And I'm wondering, do I want to do the red? I'm thinking the red will pop out the best out of everything. And I don't remember what color it was last year. I remember they unveiled the balloon. It was the 50-year anniversary balloon. Alright, so we're going to get this one a little bit started more rounded at first. Oh wow, that camera is pretty bad, ain't it? I don't know if I can draw on here as small as I possibly can. Oh my gosh, my eyes are getting bad, guys. I can't even tell if I'm hitting it right. Woo, writing is going to be hard. I need to get glasses. That's crazy. My eyesight's getting bad. I couldn't tell if I was touching the glass or not. And I messed it up in a little spot right there. Can I get rid of that mess up? Yeah, okay. Alright, so now I wrote 50 on there. I don't know if you can see that. And it might be backwards for you guys, I'm not sure. That's kind of big. I don't know if I can go any smaller than that. So now what the plan is to melt this down without letting it boil up too much. That's what I'm thinking. If I can just make a cane, which a cane isn't that easy to make, that would probably be the best thing. I'm going to try to sink this in so it becomes flat. And then we can add the ribs on top of it. At least that's what my idea was. And I don't know what those ribs are going to make it look like. Or maybe I should not rib above it. I don't know. Alright, well those are all sunk in nicely. Alright, and I do got to keep track of time here. I did tell someone that I could go help them out, which I think we're just going to work on this one and call it a day. I need to actually get going here. It's already 6. Alright, but I wanted to at least make this one on camera today, so I'm happy that we're doing this. The 50, I'm going to have to let that cool down for a moment before we put all this on here. Actually, I could go on the sides first. I'll just add the ribbing. Alright, now we're going to go right over to 50, and hopefully it doesn't mess up the lettering. Lay it on without stretching it or pulling it. Okay, I think that's going to look pretty good actually. Now I'm just adding all the ribbing all the way in between everything else I've laid. Alright, we're just about to finish this up here, guys. There's the last rib on it. Rib on. And bam, you can see that 50 in there with the ribs and everything. Oh, that looks great. Alright, so now we're going to balloon this. And what I mean by that is we're going to heat up the center portion of it here. And we're going to kind of mash it down so it gets a little bit more round in that center spot. If you real simply just heat up that portion there, and then we just mash it down, and it'll start to round out towards that center there. There we go, getting more balloons out. Do that maybe one more time. Yeah, and that red, hopefully, I mean, it didn't look like it bubbled or festered or anything on me when I was working with it, so I think that red is going to work out. Now the only trick is this has to be straight. I have to put this leaf dead center. Alright, I'm just going to bring this loop together now. There we go. So now we got the loop on top with the 50. All right, we're about to finish this up now. We're going to attach this punty to the loop. And then I'm going to heat up this bottom here. We're going to pull it, taper it down to give it that authentic hot air balloon shape. That familiar shape that everyone knows. So a lot of people, when they make these balloons, they make the gondola or the basket. Like when they make them artistically, usually the gondola or the basket is super huge. And in reality, in real life, the balloon is ginormous compared to the little basket that's usually floating underneath. So what I like to do is I like to really, really taper this down, real tiny to that portion to where you can see how it really does look more balloon shaped when it's tapered than if it's not. So with balloons, there comes a lot of scrap glass because I have to pull this to actually get that shaping to work out just right. You have to taper it down a few times. So then there's a little bit of waste right there. It's not bad. I try not to waste too much glass. I know there's individuals who got big trash cans, just big 55-gallon, those metal trash cans right next to their desk, and they fill them up quickly. And I try to just do my best with just having a little small container like this and try not to fill that up too much in the course of a year or so. I try not to waste any glass if I can help it, but we do have to pull a lot of glass. What's cool is we can actually take that glass and remelt it into something, but it's got impurities, it's got dirt, it's got dust, it's got, just a bunch of crap in it. Alright, there we go. The first one of its kind right there, 50. I'm going to add the, what is this? The butterscotch. So we're going to use the butterscotch for the gondola this time. Maybe we should do the blue. Should we keep it blue? Nah, those are spirit balloons. Let's just keep spirit balloons. These ones will have gondolas. So I'm going to add a little tiny dot. As you can see, it's just the tiniest dot of color compared to the rest of that balloon. And then that really gives it the proportion. And you can see the 50 right there. Let's see if I can heat up the 50 for you. Alright, let's see if that 50 pops for you. There you go. There you go, the very first 50-year anniversary glass balloon, guys. Alright, I'm Dan the Glassman. I thank you guys so much for watching. If you don't mind, please like, please comment below. Let me know what kind of glass you'd like to see made while we're out here working on glass. You have a favorite balloon, favorite hot air balloon that you'd like to have made into a necklace, or you just like to see if I can or not. Go on ahead and comment below, and let's give me a little bit of a challenge and see if I can make some of your special requests this year. Also, If you're going to be here in Albuquerque for the Balloon Fiesta, please come and find me. I'll have all these balloons all ready and available. This one's mine, though. First one. Alright, we're going to pop that in the kiln, guys. I'm going to get ready to go. I have a yard work job that I got to do today. But I do appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out, watching the glass be made here. I'll try to do more live feeds with some glass and some live music and things like that. During the Balloon Fiesta, I will definitely be coming to you live from Balloon Fiesta Park, and we'll be crewing. I'll be flying with Polar Dawn Balloon, and we'll be crewing every morning from Dawn Patrol. And there may be a time or two that I actually get to go up and fly. And if I do, I'll be taking you guys along with me, so that'll be a lot of fun. All right, well, much love and blessings. I got to get going, guys. You guys have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Yeah! There's 50-year anniversary balloon. We got it done.